Ever get a cramp in a weird place? Like your eye? Now, I'm 56 years old. Anybody my age or older? A couple of you, sure. Body's starting to play tricks on you?
Yeah.
He said, I don't remember. Stand up, you'll remember. Like, every now and then, a hair inside my nose or ear will go for no reason. No wind, no bug. What was that? Walk around and hit myself. This is what I do now. I'm 56. I have to stand up 5 seconds before I need to start walking. Then you stand up, you go, oh. I'm all right. Or I'll be walking along having a fine day, just a fine, perfect day, and my knee will go on break. I'll be like, man, I can't believe how nice it is today. I sure hope the fish are biting when I get down to that. Look like a chicken trying to get home. Ever wake up injured? Right, like, what is wrong with my wrist? Oh yeah, I made a bowl of ice cream yesterday. I have to warm up to make ice cream. I'm out there. I practice ice cream safety. You ever get a cramp in a weird place? Like your eye? Was I looking at it too hard? This is what I do now. I'm 56. I can watch a squirrel for like an hour. That's what I do when he jumps to the next tree. Then the next day I'm like, what's wrong with my knee? Oh yeah, I've been squirrel watching. You ever do this? You ever lose something that's in your hand? You're like, man, I haven't seen my phone in a while. I should have somebody call and see if it rings. Some of you done that today. Here's something I do all the time. Now, I would come out of a store, no idea where I parked my car. Ever lose your own car? Nothing says loser more than walking around the mall parking lot hitting the panic button. You're like, dink, dink. Come on, horn, we're lost. It's snowing, we're cold. One time, I spent a half an hour at the airport parking lot looking for my car before I realized someone had dropped me off at the airport. Ever try to get into a car that looks like yours? Think you've unlocked the door, rip your fingernails off because the door's still locked? And the guy in the car is like, you're an idiot. It's running. Wipers. Policemen. I have to wear reading glasses. Anyone else? Yeah. Sometimes I forget them. Worst case scenario, restaurant. Low lighting, small words on the menu. I forget my reading glasses. I have to order what I think they have. I go to a steakhouse, you better believe it. Give me a steak. Mexican, you know I love them. Couple of tacos. Olive Garden, gotta have it. Plate of olives. And I used to be able to eat anything, anytime, anywhere. Now, if I had a cheeseburger past 9 o'clock, it sounds like my stomach is re-killing the meat. It's like... And it's embarrassing, sitting around with a bunch of your friends, your stomach's going... Like, is that your stomach? No, it's my ringtone. Gotta call, gotta go. It's embarrassing. Ever try to do something you haven't done in a while? Find out a little bit too late, you can't do it anymore. Remember you're a kid, you run through the park, come across the fence, put your hands on top, throw your legs over, keep running, not miss a beat. But you haven't been in that park in 10 years. You're a little slower, a little fatter. Gravity's got a pretty good hold of you at this point. Everything in your head says, don't do it, you're an idiot. Everything in your heart says, I'll give it one more try. So you take off running for that fence. You can hear your heart beating in your ears, just going, abort, 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 abort. Get up to that fence, put your hands on top, throw your legs up, and they only go 2 feet high, and the fence is 3 feet high, and you smash into that fence. 10 seconds later, a 16-year-old boy hits upload, and you are now a viral sensation. They say when you get older, gravity's hard on you, right? Makes everything sag and droop and blah, blah, blah. I'm happy for gravity. Could you imagine if fat went up? We'd all be walking around like bobblehead dolls in retirement. Hey, how you doing? Hardly hold my head up anymore. Getting older's tough. You ever put something somewhere so you won't lose it? Then you forget where you put it? So you gotta go looking for it. And while you're looking for it, you find other things that you put places so you wouldn't lose them. Now you gotta find new places to put these things so you won't lose them. Finally find what you were looking for, you don't need it anymore. Can't watch the medical shows anymore, like the doctors. Or just a simple commercial with medicine in it, because if I listen too closely, I think I have the problem. Because the symptoms are so vague, aren't they? Like, do you have achiness? I have that. Do you have trouble sleeping at night? I have that too. Find yourself lost in a mall parking lot looking for your car lot these days? I have that really bad. I have mad cow disease. My first time ever in Provo, went out today and did what everyone does the first time they come to Provo. I went to Walmart because I wanted to look nice. I love Walmart because you can think your life's pretty screwed up, and then you go to Walmart, you're like, oh, geez, look at those people. Driving around town, I passed a house for sale by the owner. Well, who else? You ever been sitting around? I noticed Joe and Mary Ann, they're hardly ever home. I think I'm gonna sell their stuff. House for sale by neighbors. Driving yesterday, I passed a picnic area, no facilities. What a great concept here. How many times you've been driving down the road thinking to yourself, man, have I got to take a picnic? You guys like magic? Yeah, I don't do any. The only thing that appears out of nowhere for me is the police. I always say stupid things and they pull me over. You know how fast you were going? I'm like, well, apparently it's very catchable, right? I got a picnic like a racehorse. Maybe you can tell I'm from the South. I live in New York now. Where are you from?
Virginia.
Virginia, all right. Neighbors. Things are different where we live, right? Like the crime. Like they won't break into your house where I'm from, but they'll hook it up to a hitch. You could be driving home past your house. Hey, there's our stuff. Right? Dogs trying to keep up. I got biscuits in there. People would ask me, why you live in the South? I'd be like, that's where my stuff is. Here's the one I didn't like. What's it like living in the South? I would make stuff up. Oh, it's great. We got glaciers and unicorns and Spider-Man lives there. It's like living anywhere else. Get up in the morning, gather your stuff up, and head on home. I travel. That's what I do, people. I do a lot of flying. Anybody else? Yeah. This is how I think they should board airplanes now. Now boarding anyone that doesn't have a ton of stuff to drag onto the plane. Next, we'll begin boarding people that understand the alphabet and numerology. Have you seen these people sitting in row 21D, checking every row? 1, no, 2, no. Sit down. You ever fly with creepy people? Yeah, like this guy might do something to the plane. Start asking him questions. So what are you doing next week? Make sure they got plans for the future. And if you're sick and you have to fly, I understand, but take some medicine, drink a bottle of something. Don't be sitting there coughing and sneezing all over me. I lay down the plane, blowing her nose, putting the Kleenexes on the food tray. Yeah, and my shampoo's got to be in a plastic bag. Put her in a plastic bag and let my shampoo roam freely. Do a lot of driving. You ever been driving down the highway, get off the highway, and immediately get back on the highway so you could be in a different group of idiots? Yeah, I'm one of the idiots. I'm serious. I used to try and be a good driver. I've given up. I took my mirrors off. Screw everybody. That's great. So, my big thing all day, I love to watch TV. I love to watch the TV. You guys watch TV? I love the news. Hate it when they tease you with the news during the commercials. Try to get you to stay up late at night. Tornadoes in the area, find out if you've been hit at 10. I'm gonna stay up a while. Big story in the news for me, just happened again. Every month, our government has to pass a bill to borrow more money to keep running. It scares me that I have better credit than our country. I found some things to waste money on. Every 10 years, a census. Millions of people spending millions of dollars to count people. Don't you think if they wanted to count the population, they would count the birth certificates, the death certificates? Subtract. That's how we do it in the South, right? Takes about an hour, we're back on the streets. Here's a story I hate on the news every night. The terrorists are on the news, giving them publicity. If I was an anchor man, had to report these stories, I would say things to make the terrorists mad. Like I would call ISIS is. I'd be like, the new terrorist group is angry. And they want to attack New York, because they're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This just in, Donald Trump says that now that he's elected, is going to be a was. World's gone crazy, hasn't it, buddy? It's getting to the point where everyone's going to need to carry a weapon. And you know Apple will be all over that. Introducing the iGun. You can defend yourself in an attack, call the police, take a picture of the attacker, post it on Twitter, and then listen to your favorite music while you wait for the authorities to come. It's the iGun. Watching the Trump channel today, CNN. It says, seems like he's being investigated by every organization in the world. Can you imagine if Trump goes to jail? Going to be an interesting season on Orange is the New Black. I travel for my job. I have some fun things I do. I've been to Las Vegas. Have you been there? Yeah. Sure. Next time you go, do what I do every time I go. Billboards everywhere. 1-800-GAMBLER. Do you have a gambling problem? I call them every time. I'm like, yeah, you think I could borrow $100? Been to New York? Anybody from New York? I love New Yorkers. Here's why. No filter. Here's what I'm thinking. You're going to hear it. Sitting at a bar in Rochester. Guy next to me goes, where are you from? I go, from the South. He goes, yeah, I couldn't live there. I go, why not? You should check it out. The women are very beautiful. Swear the guy looks at me and goes, yeah, I don't know if I could be with no chick that sounds stupid. I'm like, I see what you're saying, Einstein. I've been to Hawaii. Have you been there? I ran the marathon there. Stupidest thing I ever did in my life. My feet caught on fire. It took forever to finish the race. I'm getting to the finish line. They're taking the tents down. I'm like, I'm not done yet. And the lady's like, it's Wednesday. Tough. Been to Arizona. Have you been there? My parents lived there, spent a week with them. Found this out, the best time I ever had in my life, every night as a kid, in front of the TV with my mom and my dad. Watching my dad try to stay awake past 9 o'clock. He's, Every night, 8 o'clock in the recliner, eyeballs icing up. Whoa. 8:15, minor head bobs, 2 to 3 inches. 8:30, Ray Charles. 8:45, out like a light. 9 o'clock, we're in the kitchen with a can of Ready Whip. So I used to do that. You could do anything while Dad was sleeping. Set the dog on fire, tie up Mom, have a beer, anything. Except for change that channel. What are you doing? Can't you see I'm watching this show? Like, come on, Dad, I've seen this one. They don't get off the island. My dad was tired because he worked hard. He was an auto worker, built cars. He'd come home mad. What'd you kids do all day? We're like, nothing. Got built 100 cars. We'll build you something. And then we got older and cockier. It's like, what'd you kids do all day? I'm like, Dad, you know them cars you've been building? Wrecked one. See, now you're up to 100 a day. You gotta be able to fix that one in half an hour. Because you the man. My mom, the woman, she would not stop working Saturday morning, 6 o'clock in your bedroom running the vacuum. No, you go back to sleep. You wouldn't even know I'm in here. Like, come on, they're wooden floors. Mom gave us a lot of jokes. Remember goofing off in front of them at the relatives? She's like, you want me to come over there and slap you? No. My all-time favorite, act your age. Like, all right, I'm 8. My grandpa told me to do that. Tried it on my parents, didn't work out so well. Had a great grandfather. Anybody else have a cool grandfather? Sure. Grandpas are great.
Yeah.
They can do things us kids would only dream of doing.
Yeah.
Like tell my dad to sit down and shut up. Remember that day? Like, Dad, Grandpa said sit down and be quiet. Here he comes, here he comes. You're gonna get us both grounded. Wouldn't that be cool? Your dad's grounded, you're not? Outside knocking on the window. Come on out, I got the car keys. Worst thing for me growing up, hand-me-downs. Anybody else? Yeah. My oldest brother, 19 years older than me. I would get stuff, and a year later, it would come back in style. I'm going to see Pink Floyd looking like Greg Brady. Plenty of seats over here, everybody. I have dyslexia. I really do. A lot of people think I don't have it. It's comedy, plan B. I have dyslexia, not a bad disease. I can use those handicapped parking spaces. Just gotta back the car in. Here's my favorite dyslexic joke. You know that book didn't begin like I thought it would. What a turn pager. I have a mustache. People think you have a mustache, you're a tough guy. I'm a sissy. I cried during American Idol. I'm like, Timmy's going home. I can't believe it. Bikers come up to me all the time. You ride? And I'm like, ride what? They're like, hogs. I go, no, my feet drag on the ground. Got me a horse. I'm a big boy now. Terrible getting old. People think I have a mustache. You're handy. Try to trick you into fixing their things. Hey, you know anything about air conditioning? Yeah, it's magical. I set the house on fire hanging a picture on the wall. Fireman's like, it happens a lot. I'm like, really? He goes, no, you're an idiot. I start crying. People think you have a mustache. You should be able to work on your own car. I don't know anything about cars. You know what the check engine light means to me? Car is almost broken. If that light goes out, we're in trouble. When it first came on, I thought it was just a light letting me know that I had an engine. Engine check. I would get in other people's car and go, how do you know you got an engine? You should get a light. It's a good job being a comedian. Don't always want to be a comedian. Someday I want to open a construction company called, man, looks pretty good. Some guy on the side of the truck. Anybody got a job you don't like? Terrible job? Oh, yeah, what do you do back there? Sales. That's awfully vague. You sell name tags. So that's kind of hard, right? You got to guess their name. Are you Bob? I got a couple Bobs over here. What kind of name tags? For whatever they need, all right? So you should just wait for people that don't have a name tag on. I could hook you up. Rest of us got them all. I think you should have one on too. Well, you're the first name tag salesman I ever met in my life. Can you get me one? All right. I feel lucky. That's a good job right there. People need name tags. Like at the store, they got name tags. I'm trying to think of another place. Like corporate events and things like that. Yes, see, all right, I'm getting closer. Well, that's not a bad job. People will always need name tags. Until we start painting our names on our head or something. Shaving it inside. You're good. Don't snap at work. People snap at work all the time. I heard a voice. Only job I think I might hear voices on, bank teller. Week into that job, them $100 bills be going, psst. Why don't you take us home tonight? All right. Let me get my name tag. We'll be on our way. That's the worst job ever. Any bank tellers here? Terrible job all day long. This ain't mine, this ain't mine, this ain't mine, this ain't mine. A lot of jobs I could never do. Like, I could never be a doctor. Any doctors here? Yes. What do you do? Family doctor. So you just bring them all in at once? Try and find the sick one? That's a good job right there, right? I could never do your job. If I didn't know what's wrong with you, I would just make something up. I'd be like, I'm sorry to tell you, but you have uglyosis. You should eat more bananas. That'd be my remedy for everything, buddy. I'll be looking at your x-rays. I think you sprained your spatula. You should eat more bananas. I could never be in the military. Anybody in the military? I could never do that job. I don't know about you guys. I would run out of ammunition every day. They'd be like, Foss, 5 days in a row, you've run out of ammunition. I think I saw something. Like we're in Utah. You never know. I could never be a politician. I'm lazy. I would just say whatever the people wanted to hear. That joke's over. If you don't like any of my jokes, I got a website, I got Facebook, write me and complain. I don't know a lot about computers. You seem surprised. Worst thing for me, my computer, I have to buy something for it. They like that. Go down to the store, hey, I need something for my computer. They're like, well, what kind of computer you got? Ooh, there's one I wasn't ready for. It's kind of almond color. It's like a TV, but it's not. Here's the problem. I'm pushing that little blue button and my cup holder's not sliding out. Have to be careful online. The other night I was online, hit the wrong button, bought the Cleveland Browns. I got them in the garage there. I'm very happy. I don't even shut the door. I just painted the goal line across there and they will not go over that thing. I have a cell phone. You got cell phones, right? There's one right there. Sure. Be careful. A couple weeks ago, driving down the highway, a delivery van pulls out in front of me. I got to slam on the brakes, spill my coffee, and I'm angry. But the company's phone number is on the side of the truck. I'm like, bloop, 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 bloop. Hey, one of your idiot drivers just pulled out in front of me. I had to slam on the brakes, spill my coffee, and I'm mad. He's like, is this the idiot in the brown Chevy truck back there? No. Travel around wherever I go. I love to play sports. I'm a golfer. Any golfers?
Yeah.
Right back there. You any good?
No.
Yeah. I'm terrible too. Don't worry about it. I'm the only golfer in the country who needs a compass for his second shot. My idea of a good round of golf, leaving with the same people I came with. Sometimes I come out of the woods, they are gone. And I always end up golfing the guy, duffs a tee shot, 3 in the woods, 4 in the pond, in the sand trap, 20 minutes. Ah! Finally get it in the hole. You go, what'd you get? And they're like, 4. I did so. I love fishing. Guys would go fishing just because there's a little beer involved, right? Like, I'm ready. Oop, forgot my pole. I'm driving by Lake Erie one day, 2 guys fishing, dressed in full camouflage. These boys are drinking, right? Like the fisher going, darn y'all, look, a bush with a pole. Ever watch fishing on TV? The worst. I was watching fishing on TV. Guy in his boat, he had a fish finder. I'm like, pretty sure they're in the water. And you ladies go fishing? Right here, you put the worm on the hook. Oh, I can't do that. That's like knitting with live yarn. I can't. All my worms end up back in a box on crutches. Man, he messed us up. Look at me. And the worst at these things, can't hunt. Last year I got a 1-point buck. Would have been an 8-point, but his head hit the bumper real square. Kind of crinkled up my trophy. Now I got a deer over the fireplace. Looks like he's gonna sneeze. The worst. Hunter, you a hunter? Yeah. You're a big guy. Got the camouflage. Got the beard. You wouldn't even need a gun. You'd be like, get in the truck. Love sports. Like football. Who's your favorite football team? Cowboys? Broncos? I like college football. Yeah. I think they make too much money in the pros. $10 million a year. I should never see a guy making $10 million a year limping to the sideline. He should have to stay in the game until something falls off. Too much celebration in football. A guy will make a tackle. Yeah, look at me, I knocked someone down. You're making $10 million a year. Shut up. For $10 million a year, your helmet ought to light up and a flare shoot out your uniform somewhere. You don't see blockers running around. Look at me, I got in the way. If I'm making $10 million a year, only time I will celebrate, every 2 weeks when I get my darn check. I'll be headbutting people I don't even know. 6 figures, 2 weeks of work, who's the man? Drive it back to the high school and show it to that math teacher thought I was stupid. 6 figures, 2 weeks of work, who's the man? Here's an apple, I can afford him now. Love some sports. I'm married. Any married people? Right down here. How long you been married?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. You still happy?
Oh, yeah.
Keep it up, buddy. My wife is beautiful. Kind of famous, too. Fictional writer. Maybe you've read one of her checks. So, man, a year and a half, yeah. I don't know why I got married. I'm not good at it. I don't have what it takes to be in a successful relationship. I'm not a mind reader. I had a woman tell me one time, you should know that about me. I'm like, well, you should know that I'm not going to know that about you. That makes you twice as dumb as me. My wife is beautiful and doesn't know it. Always on a diet. Been on a diet 2 years. I'm thinking mathematically, she should be gone by now. We'll get dressed to go somewhere. She's like, honey, do I look fat in this? Oh, you're just saying that to make me feel good. What's the guy supposed to say? Well, sure, you look a little. Like, I didn't know you could pick up the TV. You would never see a guy come down, honey, do I look fat in this? Because she would go, yes. You plus clothes equals more. And you might want to take that white sweatshirt off or a snowplow will push you in the corner of a parking lot. Like, lighten up, baby, it's Christmas. Year and a half, everything's all right? You guys argue? Not really? You just don't know you're in one. When the furnace is on, but it's still a little chilly. Me and my wife argue over things that don't exist. I'm driving down the road in Canada. I pass a big lake. I'm like, honey, let's go for a walk on the beach. She goes, oh, shoot. I didn't bring any shoes to walk in. I'm like, all my shoes are walkable. Would you buy shoes you couldn't walk in? Who sells them? Hey, sit down. You can't walk in them. Them are sitting down shoes. I'm sorry. I'm like, shoes you can't walk in. Suppose you have your ain't driving pants on, your ain't carrying luggage shirt, and you ain't paying for anything purse, too. So I'm walking home from Canada. In my walking shoes, you got it. Here's a weird argument we had. You're going to have this one someday. We bought a washer because our dryer broke. Dryer spinning around, seizes up. I'm standing in Sears. She goes, what do you think? I go, it's kind of nice, but it's a washer. We just need a dryer. Oh, we're going to get a washer too. I'm like, why is that? Because when the washer breaks, we may be able to find a white one to match the dryer. Because white is such a rare appliance color. I mean, we're getting a new washer because our other one is yellow? How about if I swing through hardware and pick us up a can of paint? So I'm walking home from Sears, carrying a very white washer. You can't win an argument with a woman, can you, fellas? No. You know why? If you're about to win the argument, they will change the subject. She'd be like, I've never been to California. I've never been to California. Where'd you get that t-shirt wearing? That's another thing. Every time I go to California, you're looking at other women. My wife is funny. We had a cookout, bunch of guys sitting around bragging about who had the nicest house. One guy goes, our house is so clean you can eat off the floors. She goes, you can eat off our floors too. There's some Doritos right there. Chicken finger, help yourself. Don't ever forget her birthday, buddy. That'll be the worst day of your life. I forgot my wife's birthday one time, never happened again. In fact, now I keep a present for her in the trunk of the car at all times. I'm back there going, oh no, I hope she needs a jack. So, yeah, good luck to you, my friend. One of the great things I get to do in my job, I travel around the world entertaining our troops. Been to Iraq several times. Everything went well for me till I found out I didn't get a gun. They give the comedians a helmet, a vest, and a sleeping bag. I'm like, hey, I don't see a gun in here nowhere. I'm sorry, sir, we cannot give you a gun. I'm like, oh. Are you kidding me? I will gladly trade this pile in for a gun. I'm sorry, sir, we cannot give you a gun. Oh, great, we're under attack. Don't worry, guys, I'll block for us. Ding, 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 ding. I did so much complaining about not getting a gun, they let me fire a round off from a tank. Yeah. Well, I thought the guy said, sure, go ahead. Turns out he said, get out and don't bump your head. Who knows how to drywall? Stupid thing we did in Iraq. We did a show at night on top of the compound we're staying in the north somewhere. It is 9 o'clock at night, pitch black out, the only light for miles, shining on me. Shaking in my boots. Went to Bahrain, they flew us out to an aircraft carrier. Ever get a chance to go on one of these ships, my advice to you, do not board this ship dressed like a pirate. They don't think that's funny. I get off, I'm like, hey, take me here, Captain. So I'm swimming back to Bahrain. Went to Japan after the tsunami and the earthquake, doing shows for the Navy over there. Navy commanders on base all day going, there's no danger of radiation. I'm like, you are kidding me. Why is my Orville Redenbacher popping and it's not in the microwave? Today, I charge my phone by holding it tightly. 2 of my all-time favorite jokes of all time. Little boy walks in the kitchen, he says, Mom, I'll be good all day for $5. She says, want to be like your dad and be good for nothing. It is hot up here. So a retired couple go to the county fair. Walking around the county fair, they come across a display, biplane rides for $10. Husband says, honey, I've always wanted to ride in a biplane. Let's do that. She goes, we ain't got $10. $10 is $10 and you ain't going. It's like, work my whole life, provided for the family, never miss a day's work. No, that's right. We ain't got $10. $10 is $10 and you ain't going. The pilot hears a couple arguing, wants to get rid of them. Walks over and says, I'll make you two a deal. I'll take both of you on that plane. If you be quiet the whole flight, I'll give it to you for free. But if I hear one peep back there, $10. So they agree. They take off on the plane. As soon as the wheels leave the ground, the pilot pulls the plane up and climbs as high as it will climb. Climb no higher, turns the engine off, they come spiraling back to the earth. At the last second, turns it on, pulls it up, 2 barrel rolls, 2 loopy-loops, straight up and down, barrel rolls, loopy-loops for an hour, tries to scare this couple, not a peep. Finally gives up, takes the plane back to fair, lands it, turns the engine off, turns around, and the woman is gone. He says, sir, what happened? He goes, well, that first barrel we did, she fell out. I was going to say something, but $10 was $10. Thank you so much.